What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk STEPN. Hold on, guys. I'm setting up the Twitter Spaces. Give me a few. I was having audio issues earlier. Hopefully, I don't have those same audio issues here. Let me go to my profile so I can start the spaces. View details, here we go. Wait, what? That's the wrong one. Here it is. Start now. Mic check, mic check. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know how the volume is. I am now live on both YouTube and I'm also live on Twitter Spaces. So I'm gonna let people jump in. If you guys are on YouTube, you already know that you can go over to Twitter Spaces if you want to at the end on the second half of this, of the live, if you want to participate and, you know, ask any questions, have any opinions, make any remarks, whatever it is you want to do. You guys are open, no censorship here. You guys can talk about whatever you want, whether you like me, love me, or hate me. I can answer any question, doesn't really matter. If you guys are over on Twitter Spaces and you want to get the visual effect of this live stream, you can hop over to my YouTube channel, Bitcoin Daily. And I'll be going over basically everything. You'll be able to see my beautiful face. You'll be able to see exactly what it is I'm looking at. And we will have a great time together as we do all this. Now, I'm hoping that that the audio on the Twitter Spaces does come into the to the YouTube Live. I was having issues with that earlier. I don't know why. But welcome, guys. Welcome to another Let's Talk STEPN. Today's gonna be a good one. We're gonna be talking about, first I'm gonna break down a little bit on, you know, what happened with my exit from STEPN. Want to clear up some things on that. So we'll start off with that. And then after that, we're going to get into this big new update, big new announcement that we got today, right? About the wonderful Rumble sneakers. We'll be talking about that. And the possibility of the GMT earnings. And we're going to be having people request and come on stage and all that. So I'll definitely be bringing some people on stage. I'll let you guys ask questions. So you guys will come on stage, ask me whatever questions you want. And I'll also be answering questions on the YouTube Live. So if you're in the comments dropping questions, I'll be going through those as well. I'm going to give both sides some time to ask questions, and I'll answer questions from both sides. So do not worry. Drink some water. All right, guys. So let's dive into this, guys. This has been definitely a controversial subject the last week or so, right? Has it been a week yet? It's August 8th. Nope. It's been 6 days. So it's definitely been a controversial subject. But if you don't know, I left STEPN. I'm no longer a STEPN ambassador. there was a lot of things behind the scenes that went on that had to do with this. And a lot of people are now saying, you know, that that I have a vendetta against STEPN, and that now I'm upset, and that I'm going after them, and that I sound like a jealous girlfriend, yada yada yada, right? See, guys, I'm not, and this is something that you need to understand. I'm not saying these things or criticizing because I'm no longer an ambassador. It's actually the other way around. I'm no longer an ambassador because I was criticizing and basically demanding for these questions to be answered. When I was still an ambassador and I was saying these same exact things I've been saying, you know, just kind of asking for the truth, nobody was saying that I sounded like I was upset because that I wasn't upset at STEPN. Now that's like the argument that people are trying to use, and it's a baseless argument because first of all, I'm not upset, and I feel bad for ambassadors right now with what they have to deal with. This is terrible because again, and this is in my opinion, right? From everything that we got today, it was another flop. It was another flop, another overhyped announcement, and it didn't deliver. And I mean, that's my opinion. That's my personal opinion. You guys can agree with it. You guys can disagree with it. I understand. I'm not upset with anybody. I'm not gonna like you less if you disagree with it or anything like that. But I did a poll today, have over 1,000 votes on it. I'm bringing it up on the screen here. Over 1,000 votes, and 70% of people say that they did not like the announcement. They're upset about it. Crit also did a poll, and his followers are different than mine. So I might have more people that are angry at STEPN, so which I understand because of my stance on STEPN. But if you pull up Crit, he did a poll as well, and it's the same thing basically. Let's see. He posts a lot of stuff here. I don't know. I don't know if he deleted it. I don't know what, but it was the same exact thing. Oh, here it is. 64% are not happy with the project. I think K-Train did one as well. Let's pull up K-Train. I see K-Train in here. Let's pull up K-Train's poll. K-Train is still an ambassador. I don't know if he has it. Yep, here it is. Same thing. Did STEPN Twitter Space leave you with a good feeling? No, I feel bad has 40%. No change has 33. Good feeling is 26. Right? So it's clear, right? It's not just me. It's the community sentiment. It's clear. The community's not happy with it. Now, with that said, it's tough when things like this happen. It's tough. All this pressure, all this weight falls on the mod team. They're the ones in there now having to basically go to battle because everybody's upset in the Discord right now. So they got to go to battle. They are in there working their asses off, right? So that's why I respect the mod team, regardless what they say about me, right? They're going to have their own views about me. That's fine. I don't care. I respect them. I don't have any disagreements with any of them. And the second of all, ambassadors. And again, ambassadors right now, a lot of them have taken shots at me, right? And not all of them, but some of them have, because they don't agree with my perspective. And that's fine. I have no issues with any ambassadors. If anyone, regardless what anybody says about me, I don't care. Have no issues with you guys. Love you guys all, and I wish you guys all the best. But you guys are in a tough spot because the team can now hide away for a couple weeks. Ambassadors have to per their agreement, right? And this is only for the new ambassadors. They have an agreement where they have to create 3 pieces of content per week or whatever it was per month. I don't know what it is. And they're gonna get wrecked by the community, right? Because the community wants real answers, right? And they feel like this announcement, once again, they missed the target, they missed the opportunity. Like if they're gonna come out with this, they should have probably done it. There's probably better ways to do this, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's tough. So anyways, regardless of all that, what happened with me was I did a thread, right? I started a few weeks ago, and before any of this had happened, I had been making a bunch of suggestions for privately in the ambassadors chats. I had made suggestions with some of the people on the team, and it was always ignored. I never got any of my suggestions even like considered, right? And it's not just me, it's everybody, all the ambassadors, right? I say I because I'm speaking from my perspective. I want to say from my perspective. I don't want to speak for someone else. If someone else wants to speak up, that's up to them. But I'm not going to say names. I'm just going to be general about it. And that's pretty much what happened, right? I was making these suggestions. Other people were making suggestions, and the team just didn't seem to care. Like, they don't really care what our suggestions are. They don't really care what the community sentiment is, right? And they kept just they wanted us to continue to preach butterflies and rainbows. Now I see why they wanted us to talk about rainbows. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't continue to only speak about positive things. And I couldn't sit here and make myself look like a fool, because at the end of the day, and this is exactly what I told the team, I don't work for STEPN, whether I'm an ambassador or not. I'm not paid. I have no contract signed. We have no links other than, you're an ambassador. That's it. That's our only link is an agreement in Word, right? Handshake agreement, basically, that they told me I was an ambassador. And that was it. But after what I've done, right? I've created, and I don't want to continue saying it, but I've done over 50 videos, STEPN content, right? I have over almost 1 million views just on STEPN content alone. And this is not counting. I've been doing the STEPN podcast every Saturday for like the past 3 months or so. I did one of the biggest live STEPN events that there's been around, period. I paid out of my own pocket to have the event filmed and professionally edited with drones and everything. I put a lot out of my own pocket, right? My own sweat, my own blood, my own money. And not only did I never get anything, I never asked for anything, right? I didn't care about anything in return. In return, what I was getting was good enough. Being part of this amazing community, being part of an amazing project. That was enough, right? But when things started to change was probably when the second realm started coming out. That raised the first red flag for me, because the way it looked. And I've been, if you guys watch my first ever video, the first ever video I made, one of the things towards the middle, towards the end of the video that I spoke about was the team needs to find an innovative way to be able to stabilize the price of GST. If they cannot solve this issue, the project is going to have problems. And this is on the first video I ever did about STEPN. And the reason I said that was because I've seen projects like this that have been unicorns, that have, blew up overnight. And as they grew and as they scaled, the returns were not sustainable. Especially if it's an inflationary token that you're getting rewarded, it's simple math, right? Once you start scaling, the more users you have, the more rewards are given out. The more rewards given out, the more inflation you're creating. The more you're printing of that currency. The more that gets printed, the more it gets devalued. So it's just simple economics. And I kept, like, I didn't see the team trying to address this in any form, any fashion, in any way. And when I would try to address it, they didn't have answers. They would want to talk about something different. And I asked Jan probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I asked him straight up, what are you guys doing? What are you doing about the price of GST? Because that is our biggest obstacle right now. That is what's heaviest on the shoulders of ambassadors at the moment. We have to answer these questions that we get every single day. And although you guys can beat around the bush and dance around the bush, whatever it is you want to say, we can't. We got to answer these questions. We're at the forefront as ambassadors. And his answer was, it's going to get a lot uglier before it gets better. This is probably a month ago. And if you guys look at the prices for the past month, it's been falling more and more, right? So that, again, another red flag. So I started looking at it from the team side and trying to figure out, okay, what's their path to fixing this, right? What's their path? And it was pretty obvious that their path was GMT earnings, right? GMT earnings, and it makes sense in theory, but there's a big but. It's still an experiment that's not proven, right? So that's just the next experiment. And it hasn't been proven, but in theory, it makes sense. You know, with the release of GMT earnings, what happens, right? So less people are going to be earning GST because they're going to switch over to GMT. So that makes sense. Less people earning GST means less inflation going out. Then also, more people will be buying up and burning GST so that they can earn and level up and earn GMT, right? So there's a burning mechanism, less people. You know, it looks in theory like it could stabilize the price of GST. Again, this is not proven. It's never been done. We're still waiting to see if this is going to work. Also, we don't know at the rate that we're going to earn GMT, which is another thing. There's many variables to it, many complications to it. So it's just, there's so much, right? And it's like, man, if this was solved and if their models showed that it was already like solved, like would they be getting this complicated with it, right? So, and I understand that solving this is something that has never been solved, right? Play to earn gaming hasn't been solved. It hasn't been solved. And the main reason is because the rewards are too high. So it's not sustainable when you start to scale up. So that's the biggest issue. So in order for it to be sustainable, the rewards have to be realistic, right? So at this point, right now, GST, it's at what, 5 cents, 6 cents? So even if you're earning 100 GST per day, that's like what, $6 per day? So, I mean, that's peanuts, but that's more sustainable long term. So my big issue was that they weren't being upfront about it, and then they started coming out with, you know, changing move to earn. So they move to earn. It's not a move to earn app anymore, which was how they pitched it in the beginning. Now it's a lifestyle app to be healthy, right? And when asked about ROI and all this, the team will be super offended that you're asking them about ROI. They would be so offended, like, ROI? Why are you asking me? You're only focused about ROI. This is a lifestyle app. Like, they would talk down on you for asking any question that had to do with return on investment, right? And I apologize, but if there has to be an investment into the app, it is an investment. You might not want to use it because maybe your lawyers are telling you not to use that language. You might not want to use it because now there's barely any earning, but that's what it is, right? It's a move to earn app. It's an investment. If there was no investment, community wouldn't be upset, right? They wouldn't care. We wouldn't care about ROI. If there's no investment needed to use the app, we don't care about ROI. We wouldn't be focused on ROI. If I'm investing money into anything, not just STEPN, into anything, if your first thought is not how do you get your money back, then you're not a good investor. And that's just the bottom line. If you're investing money, there has to be an ROI. There has to be a way to get your money back. If not, it's a bad investment. And that's just point blank, period. All right. I'm not investing money if there's no way of me making money back and making a profit on that investment. That's the entire reason of an investment is for profit. So the team didn't want to answer any of these questions, right? They didn't want to talk about these subjects. They would just kind of skirt around it. And, my whole thread, which is what began all this, was focused on short-term solutions because I saw the team's long-term possible solution, but I didn't see them really pushing any short-term solutions. So I wanted to make sure that the community, because not everybody is really following everything that's going on, I wanted to make sure that that the truth was out there on how tokenomics work in a play-to-earn system, in a play-to-earn game. And my example was, of course, STEPN, because it's the what I am, it's what I create content around the most. So I use STEPN as the example and why the tokenomics model didn't work. And I showed you guys how, as you start to scale it up, the model just doesn't work. Then the next red flag was the backlash that I got from the team asking me to delete my content, remove it. And this is not the first time that I've seen this, because I've seen them ask the same thing of other ambassadors. If they didn't agree with whatever the ambassador put, if it's anything criticizing the project. And, the next thing that people say is, oh, but like if you become an ambassador, you're not supposed to be talking bad about the project. That's the whole point of being an ambassador, right? And I 100% agree to a point, though. Like I said before, as an ambassador, and it's not just an ambassador, it's beyond an ambassador, right? First, before anything else, I'm a man, right? And all I have is my word. After that, I'm a business, and all we have is our reputation. If I lose any of those, and all that comes before being an ambassador, right? So as a man and a business and if you want to call it influencer for the community, my priorities lie in first being truthful, second being a man of my word and putting out truth, and third, my priority before being an ambassador is the community. And as an ambassador, I felt like my role was not only to be a bridge between the team to the community, but I also felt like it had to be a bridge between the community and the team. But the team doesn't see it that way. They only see it as a bridge between the team and the community. They don't see it as a bridge between the community and the team, which is why they're so deaf-toned on a lot of the stuff that they release. They're not listening to the community. And that's just facts, right? They don't care what other ambassadors are saying. And it's not just me. It's ambassadors overall. They're not listening, right? And I want to break down, because I have it written down here. Because one of the questions that I got was about, becoming an ambassador, you have to agree to something. First of all, like, we didn't agree to anything. There was nothing in writing. Nothing was ever told. There was never any rules, any guidelines, anything, right? The only thing that there is, if you reach level 20 on the Discord, there's like, a few paragraphs just stating random things, right? And that's the only thing that there's ever been in writing, right? And I want to go over those because I want to make sure to clear this up with you guys, right? So that you can see from my perspective. So the only thing that was ever in writing before applying for an ambassador was help build a stronger community and clarify our values and goals. And I 100% did that until their values went the wrong way and goals were only in their best interest and not in the community's best interest. Because remember, when we go back to our priorities, right? My priority before being an ambassador is me as a man. Number 2, me as a business. And then comes being an ambassador further back down the line. And being an ambassador is not number 1 on my priority list. I'm sorry, that's not number 1. Being an ambassador is not a priority, all right? So it goes on to say, false knowledge is more dangerous than ignorance. And if you're level 20 in their Discord, you can read this yourself. It says false knowledge is more dangerous than ignorance, which I find ironic. And then it says our ambassadors aim to address these concerns swiftly and skillfully, which again, I did, right? So this is the issue. This is the issue I ran into. The team wants to spread ignorance and sell new realms with promises that it will fix old realms, which is false knowledge. Again, this is false knowledge. New realms do not fix old realms. We're on the 3rd one already. We already know this. The new realms do not fix the old realms. And why? Because the tokenomics have not changed. If the tokenomics have not changed, why would they fix the old realms? There's nothing different about it. Just because they're adding more mechanics into the game, not changing the tokenomic model, it's a band-aid is basically what they've been doing, right? They've been band-aiding the situation and their issues to try to give them more runway. Because of this, it's false knowledge, right? And if we go back to what they said themselves, false knowledge is more dangerous than ignorance, right? So with that said, I addressed my concerns in their own words, swiftly and skillfully with constructive criticism, solutions, and ideas to right the ship. All right, so I just wanted to make sure I point that out because I did exactly to the word what that said. And I did it in a constructive manner. I did it in an unbiased tone. And I didn't just criticize them, but I was constructive with it. And I offered ideas and solutions. Not only that, but I also offered, I asked the community for ideas and solutions. Because I'm not saying that I have the idea or the solutions for this. What I'm trying to get out is that as a community, we all need to be in this together and we all need to, at the same time, try to figure this out because it's never been solved. As a community, together, we need to solve this issue. I'm telling you right now, the team alone will not solve this issue. And that is ignorance. If the team thinks that they alone can solve the issue without needing to listen to the community, this project is destined to fail. And I'm not saying that the community knows better, but I'm saying you need to be listening always to the community. And this is part of what I wrote in some of my threads. The thing was, the team was only picking and choosing the ones that fit their agenda, right? So from the beginning, they wanted me gone. And not them specifically, but certain people within the team didn't want me on the team. And it could have been because maybe I came in with already a community behind me that I've created and I've been cultivating and creating for the last 5-6 years. So maybe my presence, because of that, they were offended or they were insecure about it. I don't know what it was. But you know, the specific person just wanted no parts of me on the team. I guess they were threatened. I don't know. I tried being friendly many times, multiple times. And after a while, like, it's like, why am I wasting my time trying to be friendly when obviously they're not interested in that. So that's what, like, I don't want to get into too much into this because this person is very not important at all. They're what I like to call fake influencer. But yeah, that's basically what that was. And so since the beginning, I had that on my back, and I just continued doing what I was doing. You know, I wanted, for me, my priority was being a man and my business community, because without community, I don't have a business, right? Without being a man, my word has nothing. My word means nothing, right? So all this comes before being an ambassador. I'm not going to say what they want me to say just because it benefits them. I can't do it. And that's pretty much exactly what I told the team. They pretty much didn't like that I said that. They took me into a chat room the first time with Jan and some other people from the team, and they basically tried to, like, intimidate me. Basically was the approach that they used, and I told them no. I told them, guys, like, no, you're wrong, and I'm holding my ground. I am standing my ground. There's nothing you can do that's gonna change my mind unless you make these changes. Like, and then they changed the conversation from what I was trying to talk about, which was solutions and ideas, you know, what they're doing about what's currently going on with the community sentiment and all that. They tried to flip it until, how can they support me? And I was like, me? This is not about me. This is about the bigger picture, not me. I don't want you to support me. I want you to support the community. Whatever. We went back and forth for a little bit. We ended up on the biggest problem is communication, right? So we ended on that note, and then out of nowhere, they send a screenshot of something old, right? Over a month old, of something that has nothing to do with anything. And I asked them, first of all, who's sending you screenshots? Like, that's very shady. Like, the company's shady enough already with how they move. Now they're also screenshotting things, and this is not the first time. There's been other people, other ambassadors that have either said things or did things, and someone has screenshotted it and sent it to the team trying to get people in trouble. So that's very sketchy. So I asked them, who's sending you these screenshots? Of course, they didn't answer. They didn't tell me anything. And then I told them, have you watched that? Like, that screenshot, what that screenshot for? Basically, what they were telling me is that I was promoting another move to earn. And I was like, have you guys watched that video that you're talking about, that you're sending me screenshots of? They haven't watched the video, right? I'm like, well, watch the video and then come back to me. Because not only am I offended, but if you have any questions about anything, I believe you should face it right off the bat. Ask me, clear it up, right? Don't wait a month, 2 months later and try to throw something in my face, especially if you're misinformed about it. So that was the other thing where it really got to an ugly area, because they had never even seen that video that they were talking about. And so they were asking me for the video. I'm like, look, the video's not on any of my socials because I never promoted anything. I was a representative for STEPN for something. Look for it. I'm not gonna do the work for you. Do the damn work. If you're the one throwing this in my face now, do the work. Look for it, and when you listen to it, you're gonna feel dumb. So then they switched the story to, oh no, it's what was it they said? They made a, and at this point it had just got to like another level where I was just super disrespected. I felt like it was super distasteful, and then I told them, look, first of all, like, I run my own business. You guys are not my bosses. You can't tell me what to do. We have no contract signs. You guys have never paid me. There's no exclusivity deals. I can do whatever I want, first of all. So if I wanted to promote another move to earn, guess what? It would be on my YouTube channel. It would be on my Twitter. I would promote it. We don't have any contracts. We don't have any agreements. You guys have never paid me. You have no right to tell me what to do. So even if I did want to do it, I would have done it. And there's nothing you can do because we have nothing in writing. So so I was basically got into that type of thing where they were trying to say stuff, I was saying stuff, and it ended like I knew that I was upset at that moment. It comes back to I was disrespected as a man, right? It comes back to me, first of all, being a man. I am a grown man, and they were disrespecting me to my face, and I don't care who you are. You're not going to disrespect me. It's just not going to fly. So, especially when they're not my boss. Like I've walked out of jobs because of this, because if someone tries to talk down on me, I'm going to check you. I will, if you try to talk down on me, I will check you every time. And, yeah, so that's kind of the road that it went. And then basically 2, 3, 4 weeks passed. They were asking for a video call, to do a video call. And I was done, because I was always scheduling my time around their schedule. And I was done with that. I was like, look, if you guys want a video call, you schedule your time around, you schedule your time around my schedule. And that's why it took 3 weeks before we actually met. And the same thing, you know, in the video call was really nothing different. It was the same exact thing we had spoken about. I told them again how disrespectful and distasteful they were, and they didn't apologize for it. And because of that, you know, I couldn't be part of something like that, where it was just huge lack in leadership, huge lack in respect, huge lack in organization. Like, the whole thing was a mess. There's really no management. Everyone at their positions have zero experience. They've never done this. So everybody's brand new to what they're doing. So they're figuring it out as they go. And I couldn't be part of that anymore. You know, if I had to continue, if I had to continue like that and not be able to speak my mind and the truth, I couldn't continue with that. And that's basically exactly what I told them. I was like, look, if I have to give up my position in order to have the communities back, then that's fine. Because the same way you guys only look out for your own interests, I have to look out for my interests. I have to look out for my business's interests, and I have to look out for the community's interests. So because without a community, at the end of the day, I have no business. And they don't understand that, because like, it seems like they don't care about the community and whether or not they have their back. So that's pretty much where it ended. And that's pretty much it. Now, as far as I know, I tweeted, you know, I'm gonna expose the dirty secrets and all that. Now, look, guys, I do have a lot of stuff from the background, screenshots, videos, everything, that it's such a bad look for them and their team. Now, I don't really want to put it out, because it's not, it's more on it shows, what it shows is more how disrespectful they were to me when we had our meetings, and the lack of leadership, organization, and the what do you call it, the polls and stuff. I have screenshots of the polls and how they had already picked what level to be at before the poll even ran, things like that, right? I don't care. I don't care to put this stuff out at this point. I have it. I don't care to put it out. I have all the contracts that they're using now for the other ambassadors and new ambassadors, exactly what's in their writing, where it says that you can't speak in any bad way or form about STEPN, stuff like that. I have all that stuff. I could create this crazy video, all this information, but what's the point? How is it gonna benefit the community anyway? How's it gonna benefit even my brand. It wouldn't benefit, I don't think, any of us. So I've decided that I'm not gonna put it out. It's just, I would have to go really low and basically to their level if I wanted to release it. And I don't want to get to that level. It's just such a negative space. And that brings me to the other thing that I wanted to talk about today, which is I might stop creating content for STEPN overall. And this is something I've been thinking about for the last few days, for the last week or so. And today, with today's announcement and the way that things are, I see them heading, like, it's not fun. It's literally, they have taken the fun out of the game. The path that they're going, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. And I also don't want to be making content, that's negative. I'm not a negative content creator, right? If you guys listen to all my videos, at the end of it, I'm always speaking about peace and love. Like, I want to promote and create content around peace, love, community, unity, right? I think that's what was one of my favorite things. That was one of my favorite things about STEPN, was the community and the unity, right? Peace and love. Everyone was getting along so wonderfully until we took a bad turn. And, now that we've taken this bad turn, like, I don't want to make content about negative stuff all the time, because especially if it's stuff that I'm not agreeing with, I don't want to make content talking about how I don't agree with it all the time. It becomes exhausting being negative about something so much, right? And I don't want to be inciting, people on one side or the other. Some people are gonna love what I have to say. Some people are gonna love it. I don't care if you guys say it to me. It's fine. I get it all the time. I'm used to it. But people are attacking each other, and I don't like to see that. So that's why I'm at the point where I haven't made the decision yet, but I might no longer create content for STEPN, at least until things get better. I haven't made the decision yet, but that's kind of another thing that's been on my mind, because I really, it's not fun. It's not fun, man, and it sucks, because it really, this game used to be so fun, and it lost that. It lost the fun that the game was, and it's no longer, and I used to have so much fun creating the content. It's no longer fun creating this content. It's got to that point where it's overcomplicating. Every other week they change something. A lot of they overhype things and underdeliver. Whatever it is, it's not fun. I don't want to have to keep talking about this stuff in a negative light, and it's just not fun for me anymore. And for my mental health. And I've seen a lot of people on Twitter feeling the same way, mentally exhausted, trying to defend themselves and their position. And like I said, it's just not fun anymore. But yeah, so that's basically a breakdown of why I left, why I'm thinking about possibly stopping my content creation about STEPN for a bit. And yeah, I'm not saying I'm stopping content creation. I'm continuing to create content around Bitcoin, crypto, other move to earn projects, other play to earns. I'm playing Genopets. I'm playing, I play ice poker because I'm a big poker guy. I play a lot of different ones. So I'll be doing more content around those projects. I'm just going to probably start doing less content about this kind of stuff. I don't know yet. I haven't made the decision. I have one video coming out this week about this new announcement today. So I do have more content coming out for now. Next, I want to go into the next thing, and I want to talk about the new announcement that we got today, which and this is completely changing the subject here. But yeah, the new announcement about the GMT earnings, and I have this up here on my screen on YouTube Live. They did a Twitter Spaces today, and they did a Medium article called STEPN Launches GMT Earning Plans. Let me sip some water real quick. So I made a pros and cons list. I'll kind of go over everything first, and then we'll jump into it. So the gist of it, right, is that there's going to be specific GMT earning sneakers called rainbow sneakers. Now, with the classic sneakers, you will still be able to earn GMT at level 30. But there will also be rainbow sneaker, there will be a rainbow plus, and a rainbow infinite sneaker. That's going to be a new sneaker series, and its sole purpose is to earn GMT. Now, all rainbow sneakers are going to be trainers, so you can either walk or jog, run, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. Now, this is where things take a little twist. Is that all rainbow sneakers will have 100% health points. However, they will not be restorable. Once the health points are done, the sneaker is done. All right, so that's the first part. Next, they're also going to have rainbow gems. You cannot use the regular gems on the rainbow sneakers. You have to basically burn your gems for a chance to get a rainbow gem. The rainbow sneaker also does not have minting functions. You cannot level it up, and you cannot repair it. And this, quote unquote, by the set in the team, in our effort to make this game simpler instead of more complex. And I had to really focus on that word, because that is, wow, talk about false knowledge. It goes on to talk about the rainbow gems. You know, you have to, the same way you upgrade gems right now, upgrade 3 gems, you know, level 1 to level 2. Now you have a chance of getting a level 2 rainbow gem. Yeah, enough about the gems. Gems are boring. Let's go to the sneakers. So how to get the rainbow sneakers. Basically is a 5-in-1 sneaker enhancement is the only way to get the rainbow sneakers. So if you enhance 5 common sneakers, you have a chance to get a rainbow sneaker. It is not a guarantee. So it's a chance. Basically, you got to burn 5 sneakers. And the same way that we were trying to get the double enhancements so that we can get an ape realm, an ape sneaker, it's basically the same thing. We have to burn 5 sneakers, pray to the STEPN gods that maybe we are the ones that get chosen to get that rainbow sneaker. Same thing with uncommons. If you burn 5 uncommons instead of just a rainbow sneaker, you get a rainbow plus sneaker. Now, what's the difference between the rainbow and the rainbow plus? And by the way, rainbow infinite sneaker is to be determined. They haven't released anything yet. You cannot use any of the rainbow sneakers in your 5-in-1 sneaker enhancement. So if you thought that would be your strategy when the HP was going to run out, news for you, can't do it. So what's the difference between all of this? What's the difference between a GMT earner? What's the difference between a rainbow sneaker, rainbow plus, etc.? So the GMT earner is going to be known as the classic sneaker. It's eligible to earn 20% of GMT earning that day. Okay, now the rainbow sneaker, this is if you burn 5 common sneakers, you get a rainbow, you have a chance of getting 30% of GMT that day. And the rainbow plus, you get a chance of getting 50% GMT that day. Now, you know, just from looking at the numbers, it doesn't even make sense for me to burn 5 commons for a rainbow, because all you get is a 10% increase, right? You had a shot at, you're doing 20% at the classic and only 30% on a gamble. So you're gambling 5 sneakers to maybe get a rainbow, but probably not. You're probably not going to get it. But maybe, let's say if you are a lucky one, right? Let's say that the odds and the gods are in forever your favor and you do get it, you're only earning 10% more. And then at the end of it, you lose a sneaker. You can't do anything with it. Once the HP disappears, that's gone. Poof, your 5 sneakers are gone. Your rainbow sneaker's gone. You got to do it again. Now, I think they should at least double that. Why am I just going to do it for I guess it's a 50% increase from what you were already earning, but it should be at least 100%, but whatever. We won't know any of these numbers until this actually comes out, right? And knowing STEPN, they'll make 50 changes by then. And then the Rainbow Plus, you get 50%. So I like that one better. It's over 100% change in what you're earning in your classic sneaker. So the play might be the uncommon sneakers, right? Uncommon sneakers are currently pretty cheap. You know, you could probably get enough for like 10 SOL or something. I don't know where they're at right now. But that might be the play. Like the play might be to get the Rainbow Plus, not just the regular Rainbow. So we'll have to wait and see. Now the timeline for these is first the classic pool is gonna launch, so you'll only be able to earn with your GMT earners that are level 30. Then the rainbows will be launched, then the Rainbow Plus, and then the Rainbow Infinite. After that, they're gonna start releasing the lower level rainbow gems, then the higher level rainbow gems, and then I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah. So they basically end it with saying GMT earning is a small step on our roadmap, but hopefully it can be a giant leap for the STEPN community. We hope you're excited as they are, not me. With you, for you, by you, I thought that was hilarious because that is not with us, it's not for us, and it's definitely not by us. So I thought that was a hilarious way to end this article. So now, as far as some pros and cons, so I made a little list, and I'll bring some people. I see Big Daddy requested. I'll bring you on soon, Big Daddy. I want to hear your thoughts. And anyone else who wants to jump on, you guys can jump on as well. I made a pros and cons list. Guys, I'm trying to look for the positives here. I really want to see it. So the pros of this is it's gonna burn sneakers, right? So that's a pro. It's gonna burn sneakers. It's gonna burn gems. So what happens? People are gonna be getting sneakers. They're gonna be burning the sneakers. It should theoretically lift the floor prices on sneakers and on gems, right? So it helps with the scarcity or inflation of the sneakers issue, right? So that's definitely, those are two pros, right? It burns sneakers, it burns gems. The next one is it's gonna be most beneficial to realms 1 and 2, and I definitely believe that. I think realms 1 and 2 will benefit the most from GMT and from this mechanism because it's gonna be cheaper to do it on realms 1 and 2. So you're not gonna do this on the ape realm. That just wouldn't be cost efficient because it's too expensive. GMT, you're gonna earn the same GMT regardless of what realm you're on. So you're gonna do it on the cheapest realm, right? So that's gonna be Solana or Binance. So because of this, it should bring more users back to these old realms, more users spending money in these old realms, and more users buying up these sneakers, right? Buying up sneakers. They're gonna be trying to do the 5-in-1 enhancements. They're gonna be leveling up their GMT earners. They're gonna be doing all that on realms 1 and 2, not on realm 3. That makes total sense, right? This also means that more GST will be burned in the 1st and 3rd realm. All that stuff, all that fun stuff, right? The other positive The other pro on my pros list is that are GMT earnings coming soon? So it's a question, right? So we still don't know, and that's something that still hasn't been answered. We still don't know. They say soon, but we don't know what that means. They've been saying soon for months. So soon means nothing to me, right? Unless they say within a month, unless they say a specific date, like they just say soon. They announced that they will announce the announcement for the day that GMT earnings will begin. So that was basically another announcement, I guess. So yeah, we're still waiting on that. I still personally believe that it won't happen at least till September. I still think that right now they said that first there's more use cases, utility cases for GMT that they need to release that hasn't been released yet from the white paper. So they have to do that first. I imagine that will happen after the next town hall, which is, I believe, next Wednesday, maybe. So let's say on Wednesday they did the town hall. Even if they put it out that same day, they've done that before, right? They might be like during the town hall, be like in an hour, there's a new update for the app. Maybe they'll say at the end of the week there's a new update, whatever. I expect the update to come in at least a week, right? Sometime after the town hall, so that'll be mid-August. And then they have to get to a specific number of GMT burning. I believe that number is like 30%. Not sure exactly where we're at right now, but we have to get to that number. And then they can make the announcement on when GMT earnings will be released. Taking context clues from previous AMAs, sounds like they're waiting on inflation numbers to see if they're going down. Also on interest rate hikes to see if those are also going down. The next time we hear about interest rate hikes are at the end of September. So because of this, I'm saying that the earliest that we can probably get GMT earnings is probably end of September. Probably after that, I would say. Next, I'm still on my pros list, guys. I'm still on my pros list. So next one is GST stability once GMT is out. It makes sense, right? When you think about it, theoretically, it makes 100% sense that once GMT is out, it will help GST, right? People will be earning GMT instead of GST, less inflation for GST, less rewards being out. That means that the value could stabilize or it can go up. Also, people will be burning GST to level up to level 30. So all of that makes sense. I think that's a pro. I think it will somewhat help GST prices, but we don't know to what extent because, again, it's an experiment. This has not been released. This has not been tested in the real world. We don't know what it's going to look like, right? They thought the HP mechanic, when they first released it, that it was released the right way with their testing in the back, and we saw that it was not. They've had to change it a bunch of times. I'm expecting this to be the same. It's not going to be roses and rainbows when GMT is released. I imagine it's going to have to be a lot of playing around with it, with the mechanics, to try to get it right because it's an experiment. And then the last thing is new ways to earn for those who have the funds. So again, this is, and I try to think about it in the overall impact to the community. That's always, that's always something that I try to think of whenever I hear of a new update coming out. Yoshi, you're right. It is going to be rainbows. I always, and it was a funny thing that Gilgamesh said on the podcast when she was on, that the team has a way to test the economic model and how it affects the economic model, but they don't have a way to test the community reaction and sentiment. And I think they do have a way to test it. They just, like a lot of times they miss they miss so many opportunities because they just don't have the right people in the right places, and it's probably inexperience. But they have over 50 ambassadors on the team. Over 50 ambassadors. They have, I don't know how many moderators, but it's a big team as well. That can be used as a focus group to get the community sentiment. And this is a suggestion that I made, and of course I got ignored like always. But this is James' work actually posted about this today. Guys, team, if you're listening, if any ambassadors are listening right now, please, you have to put this in their faces, because if not, they will not listen. Use what you have as to help you, right? There's so many people that they have in place that they don't use to help them. So yeah, it's just another missed opportunity. It's crazy, but whatever. So basically, you know, the way the community is reacting right now, it's not very positive, because again, they feel that the core community is, again, not being treated, right? They're kind of missing it. They're missing it with the core community, because it has the looks of it's only going to be people with a lot of sneakers, right? So people with the big players in the game. So because even someone with 9 sneakers, you're not going to burn 5 sneakers and lose all that energy. You're going to drop from 9 energy to 4 energy. You're going to lose 5 energy to get a rainbow sneaker. That just makes no sense, right? So it's going to have to be people with more than 9 sneakers. So I imagine people with around 15 to 30, right? So that's going to be at the top of the range. And then not only, like it's basically, it's going to benefit them. So I want to make sure to stick to the pros first. I was going into the cons, but it's going to benefit them. So I definitely see these people having good times, having fun, having a blast, just how they're having on the ape realm, where they're going to be earning all the GST, making money. You know, it's going to be a good time, 100%. And it's going to benefit them. It's going to bring more money into the project, right? 100%. And because of bringing more money into the project, it does benefit the smaller players, right? Anyone, even if you can't enhance your sneakers, you're going to be benefiting by the bigger players bringing more money into the game, burning sneakers, you know, possibly that causing floor prices to rise. The bigger players earning GMT, so they won't be earning GST anymore. So GST should be more profitable. All these things are going to benefit the smaller users. So I do see that point, but I still, you know, that's not the focus. When the team comes out with these articles, they don't highlight these points for the community. They're only speaking about, they miss the point. They miss the opportunity. They're like, it's like Shaq shooting free throws. They just keep missing. So those are my pros, and I do see that pathway that the team sees, where it can benefit the project long term. It can benefit even the smaller players, even if they can't enhance their sneakers, right? I see it. Now the cons, I already mentioned a few. I don't want to say the same things again, but still no date on GMT release. We have no idea when that's going to happen. Could be anytime. It could be next week, next month, a year from now. We don't know. Soon has no date, right? The next con is enhancement mechanism mostly benefits bigger players. I just spoke about that. This doesn't help. The core community cannot even be part of this because it's just too much of a gamble to miss. You know, imagine you have 9 sneakers, you gamble on that and you miss. Imagine you only have 5 sneakers and you gamble on that and you miss. So it doesn't benefit the smaller players, which is the core of the community. Burn 5 sneakers to get a chance at a rainbow. So again, it doesn't make sense to me right now. I have to see the math behind it once it's released. But burning 5 sneakers that you can sell on the market to make money for a chance to maybe get a rainbow sneaker and most possibly not get one, It just doesn't make sense to me. The bigger players will still do it, you know, but for how long can that be sustained? For how long will the bigger players be introducing new money into the game before they have the rainbow sneakers already and they're like, oh, it's not worth doing, and they just stop doing it? How long is this sustainable for? So that's another question that pops up in my head. Rainbow sneakers die, and that you know comes. It's kind of part of the same thing of the 5 sneakers for a chance. Instead of, you could have sold those 5 sneakers and made money. Instead, you're burning them; they're gone, and then eventually your rainbow sneaker will also disappear and be gone. And you can't sell it in the marketplace, so there's nothing you can really do with it other than just use it to earn. So burning 5 sneakers plus losing your rainbow sneaker, all that together has to be more profitable than just selling 5 sneakers, basically. And it has to be more profitable than having one level 30 GMT sneaker plus 5 sneakers. So it starts getting complicated, which takes me to my next point. It overcomplicates GMT earning for the average user. And, you know, in the Medium article, they say that, where is it? They wrote it somewhere here. I don't know where it is, but they basically said that in our effort to make the game simpler instead of more complex, I think that's 100% false. This completely overcomplicates the game. Now you don't only have classic sneakers. Now you have 3 different Rainbow series sneakers: Rainbow Plus, Rainbow, and Infinite. Then you have to think about the 100% HP, and eventually they disappear. You have to think about the gems. You're gonna need to be getting, you know, gems, different, the rainbow gems, all that. You're gonna have to have 5 sneakers, extra sneakers that don't affect your energy, and have to enhance them to possibly maybe get a shot at getting the rainbow sneaker. The different sneakers earn differently, 20%, 30%, 50%. There's just, I feel like this is bringing so many other things into the game. The average user, this is not simpler for them. What simplicity means is buying a sneaker, going out for a walk, earning, that's it. That's simplicity. Once you get into all this is not simplicity. This is complexity. So, and then the last thing, you're gonna need additional monetary investment, most likely. If you're either gonna have to be buying up the sneakers, or you're gonna have to be, you know, and playing that game. You're gonna have to play that game. Maybe you don't have 5 sneakers. You need to buy more sneakers. If you miss, then you're gonna have to buy 5 more sneakers. You know, so you're gonna have to introduce more investments into the game and into a project that doesn't even refer to itself as an investment game at this point, right? It doesn't refer to itself as a move to earn. So right now it's just a lifestyle app where you have to keep throwing money in. If you bought in at the top at 20 Sol and you're down 99% right now, they want you to put more money in. But at the same time, they want you to put more money in and say, hey, invest more money, but don't look at your ROI. Don't worry about getting your return back, because your return is in your health. And that's total BS. Like, you're either an investment app or a lifestyle app. You can't be both. If you're going to be a lifestyle app, there's plenty of free lifestyle apps out there that we can use, that we don't have to invest our own money. So you can't be a lifestyle app and an investment app. You got to be one or the other. If you're going to be an investment app, you got to treat it as such. So again, you have to, they're expecting people to bring more money in. I'm expecting people to kind of stand back and see what happens with those GMT earnings. See what happens. You know, some players are going to ape in and all that, and that's fine. But for how long can that be sustained becomes the next question. It's just, there's so many question marks, which is the main thing that it leads me to. There's just so many question marks because the tokenomics model doesn't really change much, and it brings a lot of red flags to me. I don't know. There's a lot, right? I All right. I think I'm gonna stop there from my perspective. I think I've given you guys enough to think about, enough of my perspective. If you guys want to hop on, I'm gonna let a few people hop on, give some of their perspective, ask any questions they want. If you requested, because right now I see Big Daddy as requested. If you requested, I don't see it. If anyone else has requested, I don't see it. So make sure to send a request again. Let me see. Hopefully my headphones are working here. Hold on. I gotta swap out the battery on my headphones real quick. And then I'm gonna bring on Big Daddy. Give me 1 second. And again, I apologize, guys. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be super negative. Like, trust me, I'm not trying to play that role. I don't want. It's not even that I'm not trying. I don't want to play that role. But nobody else has been speaking up for this, and somebody had to speak up. You know, if it had to be me, then it had to be me. But I couldn't stand by while nobody else was speaking up. I had to speak up. I couldn't just sit idly by. So I'm gonna bring up Big Daddy, add you as a speaker. Give me a sec. Hopefully the audio could be heard on YouTube. It wasn't working earlier. Big Daddy. Yeah, I hear you great, but the audio for some reason is not going over to the YouTube live. So I'll be kind of, I guess I'll kind of fill in the YouTube live, you know, whatever it is that you kind of say. So what's up, man? What do you got on your mind, man? What's up? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So he's saying that he was listening on YouTube Live as well, and that the audio was a little bit wonky probably. It probably has to do with the app that I'm using, because I'm using like an emulator to be able to host it on my computer. So it's not like on my phone that I'm doing it. So that might be where the issue lies. Yeah, man. So what's up? Tell me what's on your mind. What do you think about everything going on today? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. He said basically talking about he appreciates me what I'm doing and all that. Appreciate those words, those kind words, man. I really appreciate it. Can you guys hear me? You hear me right now? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, he's saying that he's not. And again, I'm saying it over just for the people on YouTube. Um, you know that he's not too happy with the current update. He wants to see what happens with the town hall. Yeah, I'm with you, man. You know, like I already kind of covered my thoughts on it. So you know where I stand. But I definitely, you know, I put up a poll. Like today, I didn't even tweet. I didn't tweet about how I felt about it. I wanted to see what the community felt, how they felt about it, before giving my own perspective, because I didn't want people to like, you know, just back my perspective just to back it, you know. So I wanted to see how the overall community felt first. And like I showed you guys, you know, on my poll, Crit's poll, K-Train's poll, the community is basically the same everywhere that we look right now. Not very happy with kind of the same thing that as Bored Ape Yacht Club thing, where they kind of hyped it up, but it was really like overhyped it really. He's talking about Bored Ape Yacht Club. He hasn't seen anyone talking about STEPN ever since the release. Yeah, that's basically what's been happening, you know, especially right now, man. Right now, I don't know if price, I saw price dip below $3. Is that still where it's at right now? I'm not sure. I haven't checked recently, but when I last looked, prices for on the ape realm have been basically falling since it's funny to say, but since the day that I no longer became since the day that I was no longer ambassador, it's been falling since then. So I might have been a top signal. I don't know, but prices right now are at $2.96. Oh, I was talking about the GST. GST is at $2.96. Yeah, floor prices are like at half of Ethereum. The last I saw earlier today. 0.4 now. Wow. Yeah, that's not good, and this worries me because regardless of my views of on you know my criticism on what's going on in the project, I want the project to succeed, and that's what many people don't understand, that I'm invested in the project. There's no reason why I wouldn't want it to succeed. The thing is, I see the red flags. You know, I've been seeing these red flags for months, and I've also seen that they have not been, like, they're not being dealt with. There's no solutions, there's no ideas out there. So that my whole thing has been trying to bring light to these issues that we have, because man, if this realm fails and it follows realms 1 and 2, man, I don't know where stepping goes from here. I honestly don't know, man. And I'm invested just like everyone else. I am invested in the project. I am down on the project. Um, I don't know where it goes from here. 100%. Like, I even if I had, you know, let's say I had somebody gave me $1 million today, and they were like, "Do whatever you want with that money," I would still not do that 5 enhancement for one. That just that's just lighting money on fire. Like that makes no sense. Yeah, that definitely made no sense. I mean, I didn't pay much attention to that one because I was like, oh, whatever. Like, if somebody really wants to do that, they're gonna do it, whatever. I wish I could see the numbers on how many people actually did it. I would love to see that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it didn't. I didn't affect the project positively from what we can see. So yeah, I think that was pretty much pointless. He's talking about the enhancement in the ape realm. Just doesn't make sense. Yeah, man. Like I look, I don't want like I'm hoping that they finally decide to listen or something. I don't know, but I want this project to succeed. I genuinely do. You know, not only have I brought a lot of people into it, but it's not just like people in the community, but like friends and family as well. And you know, we have to answer to all these people. So um, we want to see this project succeed, man. Like, and I feel like you, like, I think a lot of the community is kind of sharing the same thing. Like, you know, it's kind of heartbreaking, really, is what it is. And I think that's what a lot of the community is feeling. Like, they're just kind of heartbroken, because, you know, there are just so many promises, and there's just, you know, it's just, it feels like it's been so many mistakes one after the other, and just the execution has just been so bad, that we're heartbroken, and that's why there's such a thin line between love and hate, you know. So I have a level 9 sneaker. So I had a have a yeah, I think my GMT earner is around level 9, something like that. Um, and I just kind of was waiting to see what's going on. I had another one and I sold it. I sold the other one I had when prices had gone up a bit on floor prices, because I had one that I liked better. So it's currently at level 9. And I mean, look, honestly, I'm not going to spend any type of GST on it right now, because who knows how many more changes we're gonna get till then, till the time that when it actually comes out. So for now, I'm just gonna wait. Like, I'm not doing anything, and I wouldn't recommend anyone doing anything either. Like, don't burn money into something that's probably gonna change within the next week or two. Yeah, yeah, 100%. You know, it's you know, I one of the ideas that I had was, if you reach level 30, like, to get a free point reallocation. Um, I don't, I don't know if anyone's mentioned it before. I'm claiming it as my idea. I don't know if anyone's ever said it. I don't know. It was just a thought that I had. I think, you know, because of all these changes that they've made, that we should get at level 30, you know, we should be rewarded and be able to reallocate the points for free at least one time, right? So each sneaker, when you get to level 30, you can reallocate your points. Because I know a lot of people stopped at level 28. So I know for my main sneaker is level 28. I never went up to 30. So I think that would be something for the community, you know, with the community, like they said in their article, for you, by you, with you, you know, that would actually make sense with that. So I don't know. Right. Yeah, that shoe, once you get the shoe, it's only a GMT earner. You can't level it up. You can't restore it. You can't do anything. You're talking about the rainbow sneaker or when you flip over to GMT? Oh, I'm saying, are you talking about a level 30 sneaker or the rainbow sneaker? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. No, I think you can switch. I think you can switch back to GST. You can pick if you want to earn GST or GMT. I believe you can switch. Yeah, you can switch between them. Yep, 100%. No, no, I did one enhancement and that was it. I was only gonna take that gamble once. I wasn't gonna do it again. So I took one shot just to get the possible raffle for the ape realm sneaker. I didn't get it. That was it. I have no plans. No, I have zero plans to do anymore. No, I have no idea. They didn't mention any of that. But it's a chance thing. Like they said that it was the same as I don't know if it was the same. It's gonna be the same odds, but that now you have the odds of when you enhance of either just getting nothing or getting an uncommon if you're doing five commons. Number two, getting a double upgrade, so you can go from five commons to rare, or getting the rainbow sneaker. Those are the different things you can now get. Oh, so I mean, if you're just enhancing to get like a regular sneaker, not a rainbow, then it's gonna be based on the sockets that you're using in your main sneakers, I believe. Let me see. I don't remember if it was based on the five sneakers that you're using or if it was just random. I don't know. I'd have to look at the white paper, but it was something like that. I know for minting, it's based on the sneakers you're using, but for the enhancement, it might be random. If it's not random, then it's similar to the what do you call it? The minting. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I have on yeah, on the ape realm, I have enough luck and energy to get a level 2 scroll basically every day. And I have not got not one minting scroll. I the best thing that I got I think was a luck gem. I got a level 1 luck gem, and that's probably across like 10, 10 or 15 box level 1 level 2 boxes I've opened. Yeah, I'm yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah, they can change all those numbers, and this is one of the things that's also like they don't have to tell us. You know what I mean? Like they've never told us any of those numbers, and then what they like to use is, oh no, we like for the community to figure it out on their own, you know, and that's just it's just a way of saying that they don't want to be transparent. Basically, every time they say that, it's what it sounds like to me. You know, at the end of the day, man, we're in crypto. You can't you can't do anything just trusting a team, right? Crypto. The whole reason for crypto is because you can't trust people. We've seen it. We've seen it in the government. What happened in 2008? We've seen it multiple times over in communist countries. You can't trust the government. Like the government is gonna do whatever is best for them, not what's best for the people. And and that's the whole thing about crypto. You know, crypto is supposed to set us free from all of that. You know, and it's supposed to be transparent. That's why on Bitcoin there's a ledger. You can see everything. So like, you know, what the way that this is set up, it's set up so that we can only get some information from what's on the chain, but then they have the spending account where it's not transparent at all and we can't see anything. And that again, that was another thing that it just didn't sit well with me. Yeah, 100%, man. I'm with you. You know, I'm hoping this game lasts. You know, I hope we, you know, everybody, because the game, the idea is great. And up until recently, the execution was good. It's just been recently that it's gotten so out of hand. And it's like they took the wrong direction at some point. They made a wrong turn somewhere and they haven't been able to get back. Um, but yeah, man, I appreciate you being on here, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. All right, we got two more people. We got Yayo and then Vegas. I'm gonna bring them on and then I'm gonna answer some questions on YouTube. So if you guys are on YouTube, stand by. Um, let's add Yayo as a speaker and Vegas as a speaker. Yayo, what's going on, man? Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. I honestly, I don't know that information. And if it was something like that, then we'll probably never know. But I can't honestly answer it because I really don't know. Like I don't have anything that says or that shows me that that's what happened. It seems like it's something that likely happened because it all you know went together. But I can't say that. You know what I mean? Like I can't say that's what happened. Like K Train said that didn't happen. So I'm gonna believe him. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I've known him for a while. We've been friends and all that. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. If he did delete it and he did delete it, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter to me. It makes no difference to me. But all I can do is go by his word. But I would imagine that the team could have put a lot of pressure on him. You know what I mean? And I understand. Yeah. Right. Oh, 100%, man. I'm with you on that one. And it is something, especially in the U.S., that you have to disclose. Um, I don't know, maybe in other parts of the world, I don't know if it might be different, but I know for a fact in the U.S., if you're getting paid uh, for anything for any content that you're creating, you're supposed to disclose that, or you can open yourself up to lawsuits and all that. So yeah, you have to be very careful. In other places, who knows? As far as I know, the new ambassadors are getting paid. They sign contracts where they get like $100 a month. And it's something. It's not much, but they get free sneakers as well, and they have to create a certain amount of content per month in order to continue being that or whatever it is. And for sure, I know there's certain people that are on salary, and that they've never mentioned about anything about being paid. That's why I say I don't know. Maybe in other countries you don't need to be paid. I mean, I'm sorry, you don't need to say that those type of things. You don't need to disclose it. But I know 100% in the U.S. you 100% do. And then the thing is, in those contracts, like I read those contracts and what they say, and they literally say you cannot say anything bad about STEPN. Like it literally says that in the contract that they have to sign. You can only, and you have to create content for STEPN as well, but it has to only be content that that matches their message and their goals and all this and that. Nowhere in the contract does it say you have to also disclose that you're being paid though. Yeah. It's again, it's overcomplicating the game, But I mean, I understand some of the reasons for it because they are trying to solve this issue that the game has, but they're just the way that they're trying to do it, like it's very weird, and it's secretive and hush hush, and it's not the right way. They're not doing it the right way, and that's where the issue comes in, for me personally. I'm hoping that this works, but it's not looking good from my current view. That's what's up, man. And again, like I apologize, not only to you but to anyone else in the community that joined it, if they joined at a bad time because of me. And but again, that's part of the reason why I needed to do, take my stand and do what I decided to do. I I couldn't, like, I feel responsible for people, that anyone that I brought in, if you whether they, they made money or lost money, like I feel I have a responsibility to it. And once I saw that I saw things not going the right way, I tried to make changes from the inside, and I saw I couldn't make changes from the inside, so I had to come out public. And that's kind of where we're at now today. So appreciate you being on, man. Really appreciate you. Appreciate the kind words, and good luck, man. Hopefully it somehow bounces back, and we can make our money back. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, man, for sure, 100%. And the unfortunate truth is even though it doesn't matter how many times I say it, because I do say it in every video, don't risk money you're not willing to lose. People are always going to look for someone to blame. I'm always going to get a lot of the blame. So, that's why I accept it. If people want to blame me, I accept the responsibility, and I'll try to do better. But that's part of the reason why I made the decision that I did. But yeah, man, thanks for hopping on. Next we got Vegas. What's going on, Vegas? Correct. Yeah, I was born here. Parents came from Cuba. Yep. Yeah, 100%, man. If I didn't care about the game, I wouldn't be speaking out. I wouldn't be spending time on it. If I didn't care, there's plenty of games that I don't care about. You don't see me speaking about it. I don't care about Axie Infinity. Have you ever seen me post about it? Like I don't care. They're in the same situation. I don't care. There's another game that I was playing, Krabata. They're in the same situation. You ever see me post about it? Like I don't care because I don't care about those games. The only game that I really like uh, cared about in that aspect was STEPN, and that's the only reason that I've come out like this. And you know we have to stop. We have to stop. Like I understand, like there's people that are bullish, there's people that are bearish, and they're always going to be biased towards each of those, right? They're going to protect what they believe, and that's why, like I was saying, like I don't get into Twitter, back and forths. If someone believes one thing, they're going to believe it. Doesn't matter what you tell them. Doesn't matter what proof you bring. They're always going to have an excuse to try to make themselves look like they're the ones that are right. So it's like the same as like trying to change someone's mind on their political beliefs or religious beliefs. Like that's kind of where we're at right now, where these people, like, they're not gonna move from they're gonna protect their ground. And the biggest issue that I saw, you know, it was that nobody was speaking up, and that's what really bothered me. Um, and especially from within the team, like there's nobody within the team speaking about these issues. And then they kept, and I asked a lot of questions about it, and I wouldn't get replies. I wouldn't get anything. So I was like, I've done, like, I feel like I've onboarded so many people and done so much that I felt like I have a responsibility to a lot of these people. And that's kind of why I stood my ground. When they told me to delete my content or whatever it was, I said no, I'm not going to delete it, and I stood my ground. And um and yet, oh, 100%. I already knew. Yeah, 100%. When they told me that about the meeting with Jan, this and that, I already knew. Like when I made, and that's that I spent 2 days on that thread to word it in a tone that it wasn't neither bullish nor bearish. Just trying to, I wanted to try to, and I even prefaced it, right, with how much I enjoy the game, and what it means to me, what I've done for the game, the people, the friendships, all this, right? And then because I wanted to make sure that it didn't get looked at in a biased angle from any side, and I wanted it to be as neutral as possible, but at the same time being critical about the issue that we're facing, and this team still didn't like it, even as constructive as that criticism was. The team did not like it, and instead I got a bunch of backlash from the team, and attacked and disrespected, from all different angles. And at that point, that's what I was like, oh, so they're really like, like they're really about this. Like I at that point I was like, oh, now I know the type of characters that I'm dealing with, and I can't represent these type of characters. Yep.
I suspect there'll be something in the future that doesn't have, in my opinion, the personality flaws that Stefan has. The way the game worked at the very beginning was awesome. Being a month and a half out, like all these game changers, it reminds me of like doing my taxes. I'm like, what just happened? It, to me, no, I don't know what this stuff is about. It's just like just a lot of regulations. But yeah, man, props for speaking out. It's not easy. You're going against the grain. I don't think you're doing it for attention. I mean, obviously the future one's huge, but you are trying to help people out with giving a different perspective. One perspective is heard out, and I'm the same way. If someone viewpoint is getting squashed on and mob mentality or something like that, it doesn't really give you that line. It's like you don't want to see someone get bullied and any of that kind of stuff. So that activates you.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%, man. And I appreciate you coming on here. Um, and it's like you said, like a lot of different stuff is gonna be based on people's backgrounds, what they've gone through, stuff like that. So and like just like you, man, love the game. Such a great idea. The potential is insane, right? But it's just I don't feel I've worked in different industries, and one thing that I noticed about a lot of successful either people or projects or whatever it was usually the team. Usually most success is not, even if it's a person that's successful, usually that one person has an incredible team behind them. And and I don't like to say it, but I feel like that's one of the issues here. And I'm not talking about ambassadors, mods, and nothing like that. It's just that the structure of the team up top, it seemed like there was just so much lacking there. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, what are we gonna do?
If you start to see the founders of this project that they're responding to people who said they had something that they lost, whether it's like I lost this game, and they start reaching out to those people, that's a totally different story. But as it sits, they have other people to do that, and I think that's a bulletproof because they have to face that reality for themselves. But right now, other people are dealing with that for them. The ambassadors are dealing with that for them. The supporters of them are preventing them from falling on the face of it.
Yeah, 100%, man. And it's tough. It's a tough situation, man. Because like I said, I made a lot of friends. I've met a lot of people. And I have no ill feelings towards them, even if they've been, and I've seen a lot of them, talking bad about me now because of my stance. And I mean, it is what it is. They could say whatever they want. I'm not gonna go on the back and forth with people. It's just I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. It's meaningless, and I urge a lot of you guys, to not do this, to not do the back and forth either, because it is going to. And I've seen some on Twitter posting that that they need to get away from a while because it's affecting their mental health. And for sure, man, it's just so much. There's only so much negativity that you can take at once. And it eventually starts becoming exhausting, having to try to defend yourself. So, I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm creating my content, and it's up to the people to decide if they like it or not. That's fine. I'm gonna keep doing what I like to do, what I enjoy doing, and keep being truthful about whatever it is that I do, and trying to help the community as much as possible on my end. So I'm gonna just, it is what it is. I'm gonna take a few questions on the YouTube live side, and then we're gonna close it out. So if you guys have any questions, drop it in the chat right now, and I will answer a few. Let's see what we got here. Salcero. I don't know if that's your name, Salcero. I'm gonna read it like a Spanish person, Salcero. It looks like because the app that I'm using, it's an emulator for Twitter. It's not the actual Twitter thing. So it's the only way I can run Spaces on my PC. So I think the app, there's some sort of issues with the app. I think I probably have to like restart my computer or something. I'm not sure. Uh, great Dalmoody says, do you know if STEPN tried to partner with Pokemon Go? I highly doubt it now. Pokemon Go is a multi-billion-dollar game. I doubt they would be trying to partner with a crypto app. Let me see. What do you know about censorship on Discord from Ma? That's his name, Ma8970. What do you think about censorship on Discord? Any inside scoop? Some mods are really like bullies. They have. And again, I don't have experience with this, and I only talk about the things that I know that I've seen or experienced. I don't have experience as far as censorship on Discord, so I wouldn't be able to really talk about it. I don't have enough knowledge on it. But I would imagine they have some sort of rules, that if someone says certain things or whatever it is, that they just remove them. The Discord for STEPN is maxed out, so they're looking to remove people basically. So if you say anything against what they're preaching, you will probably get removed. So just a heads up. If you're on there trying to say anything, it is what it is. Just got to keep it moving. What's your next step moving forward? Nothing. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Nothing changes for me. I'm continuing to do what I do. I create content. I'm a day trader. I have other things going on as well. I have a Spanish show. I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. Nothing changes for me. I'm still playing the game. I have sneakers on all three realms. And I'm hoping, just like a lot of people, I'm hoping that this ship, they're able to right the ship. But for now, as far as STEPN, I'm just taking it day by day. We'll see what happens during the town hall. What can STEPN do to change this week? Not later, but impact now? I don't know, man. It's tough to impact at the moment. It's tough. And a lot of times that'll probably get taken as, what do you call it? When you're like purposely changing prices up and down, so it's tough. What can they do right now? I don't know. It shouldn't be something that, like, they shouldn't have been. I don't think they've been sitting around with no plans, no ideas, and be like, oh, we got to do something now. All this should have been planned. So it's tough. It's a tough ask. I don't know what they can do right now, but I still believe that it all begins with communication. I think communication can go a long way, and I think that that alone can help with a lot of their problems right now. Let's see what else. Are other ambassadors going to leave the project? I don't know. I don't know, what other ambassadors are thinking or doing or anything like that. I can only speak for myself. That's pretty much it. I've seen other mods leave the project because of a lot of these, not the same issues, but of issues within, as far as communication and stuff like that. Which was one of the issues I brought up, but that was just one of the many issues. I don't know. I can't tell you what other people are doing. James Murray says partnerships have been hinted at. Nothing was mentioned today. Do you think a big partnership could turn things around? So I believe there's been talks, and this is, don't hold me to this. This is just kind of things I've heard. But that they have two partnerships coming up soon. One is a football club. I don't know which one, and I don't know when. But that's one I heard. Another one, I think it was maybe some sort of social media conglomerate or a movie or something like that. I don't know. Those are the ones I've heard of. That's why I was expecting something about the partnership with the football club today, which that's not what got mentioned. Can a big partnership turn things around? And that's something I was thinking about last night, because I asked it in the Twitter post, like, what were people's expectations on today's announcement, because I kind of wanted to know what people were thinking as their best and worst case scenarios. And I wanted to know, like, why, like, how do you think this type of partnership is going to change, turn things around. Right now, I don't think, because of the tokenomics model that it's set up right now without GMT earnings, I don't think there's anything that could turn this around. And I'm just being honest. Anything that can turn it around, it'll be short term, because if the economy is not turned around, the tokenomics is not turned around, anything that boosts it up eventually is going to just fall right back down. That's why I kept saying, I've also mentioned that, realms don't help. New realms just brings in new money for the project to survive longer. They don't. It is not going to solve. You're not going to solve the problem by creating the same game on a different blockchain with very small changes to the mechanics. I think the entire tokenomics model has to be changed. GMT is a different tokenomics model, so we have to. But again, it's an experiment, so we got to wait to see what happens. We're gonna see how that works out. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. Mario says walk-in. I honestly played the walk-in for about a month or two, and it was extremely boring. Doesn't really incentivize me to do anything. So I wasn't a fan of it. And you basically lose more than 50% of the fights when you're cat fighting with another cat, or whatever you call it. So yeah, not a fan of it. Has Jerry or Jan even said a word in Discord in like 4 months? I can't remember last time they did. Maybe back in June or something. But I don't know. How many people on the inside expressed agreements with you but weren't comfortable with saying so publicly? A lot of people. You'd be surprised how many people have agreed with me and are supporting, but they're not gonna, they don't want to go out public, and there's other people that just really don't care. They're just in it for the free sneakers and making money while running. And I don't blame them. I don't blame either of them. Everybody has their own reasons, and I respect it. And that's all I can say from that. All right, I'm gonna take one more good question here. Let's see. Let me see. Trying to see. This one's one that I've seen on Twitter in the past day or two. People keep hinting at Adidas because of the sole design. Do you think Adidas would ever want to align with a company with a bad rep like STEPN? So I mean, they do have someone on their team from Adidas. So I mean, there could be something there, but it is weird that there also hasn't been anything with Adidas. So I'm not sure. I really don't know. It would definitely be big if there was something with Adidas, but again, going back to what I said before, any partnership like that, even if it came out with Nike or something, it's only going to be a short-term fix, and then the tokenomics model is just going to knock it back down. It's just the way that the model's set up. So that's the issue. Sweatcoin is moving to Web3. Will this end STEPN? I don't think so. I don't know. Like I played Sweatcoin, and it's more like a background app, sort of like walk-in. But you earn so little. Is first of all, it's very, very small what you earn on there, and two, they have so many advertisements. I don't know if they're coming out with something different, but from my experience, it was basically an advertisement app. It wasn't a walking app or a move to earn. It was just an advertisement app. So I quickly deleted it off my phone. It was very annoying. How soon will eGST, so GST on Ethereum, cost as much as GST on Sol and BSC? I don't know, but with the same tokenomics model, it'll slowly spiral down. There could be some bounces up. I think we're still early enough to see it bounce up still, but as people get to the end game, there becomes nothing else to do but cash out. So people stop, slowly cashing out. More and more users on it means more inflation for GST, devaluing it, etc., etc. All right, guys, I am tired. I've been speaking for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Before this, I was recording a video, so I've literally been nonstop speaking since 12 o'clock, so for about 4 hours. So I'm gonna close it here, guys. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to YouTube, everybody who tuned in on Twitter Spaces. I apologize for if the audio was bad on the Twitter Spaces. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to do it going forward. But thank you guys, man. Thank you guys so much. So many people with such kind words, and I really appreciate it. A lot of support. I've been getting a lot of support from the community. Thank you guys. And yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, man. Expect another video out this week. I have a video kind of breaking down some of what we spoke today on the new announcement, and probably something else crypto related that's not STEPN. And then going forward, we'll see next week. I do want to cover the town hall. After that, we'll see in which direction things are going with STEPN. And I don't want to have to keep fighting, guys. And I don't want to have to keep. I don't want to keep making content around negativity, basically. So if it keeps going down this path, then I might take a break after the town hall. We'll see what happens till then. I'm gonna give it about another week or so and see where things go from there, and then I'll probably decide on which direction I'm gonna go in. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys informed as always. Either way, I'm still doing all the same things, creating content, putting stuff out there. You guys can reach me on Twitter, Bitcoin X Daily, on YouTube, Bitcoin Daily, on Instagram, Bitcoin.daily, even on TikTok, but I barely post TikTok. I haven't posted in a long time. That's pretty much it, man. I am exhausted. I am starving, and food smells good. So I am signing off, guys. Wish you guys the best. And I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, peace and love.